You don't speak of it, but you feel it. A quiet tightening in the chest each time someone near you rises, your coworker, your cousin, the man who lives across the street. It is not hatred, not truly. It is a mirror held up to the parts of your life you have allowed to go dim. Their ascent makes the hours you lost visible again, like dust caught in evening light. In the afternoon of life, the soul grows more honest. Achievements no longer dazzle you, they confront you. Time no longer stretches ahead like an open field. It narrows, becomes a corridor with fewer doors, and the success of another man presses against you, not because he has climbed high, but because you remember when you were supposed to climb too. This is where envy is born, not in malice, but in memory. 1. The poisoned well of comparison. You were not born with envy. It is taught, slowly, silently, over decades. Modern life turns every man into a rival. The economy, the culture, the endless stream of curated triumphs, all of it trains you to measure your worth against the progress of another. You begin to believe life is a scoreboard, and you are always behind. You look at your neighbor as if his joy subtracts from yours, as if the world is a ledger of scarcity. But this worldview is a poisoned well. You return to it again and again, drinking the bitter water of comparison, wondering why your spirit grows sick. The ancient Stoics would have found this absurd. No oak competes with another oak. No river rushes faster because another river runs beside it. The natural world simply is. Each thing grows in accordance with the soil beneath it, the light above it, the seasons that shape it. Your life too has its own soil and its own seasons. Yet comparison blinds you to this truth. It convinces you that your story should match the arc of someone else's, that success comes at a universal pace, that life is a race, and you are running out of time to win. But the deeper truth is simpler and harder. You envy your neighbor because you have forgotten the terms of your own existence. Envy is a misalignment, a fracture between who you are and who you believe you should have been by now. And so you resent the man next door, not because of his fortune, but because he exposes the gap between your reality and your expectations. Picture this: an old stone well in an abandoned field. The water looks still, even pure. But when you lean over and the light shifts, you see the reflection is distorted. Something is wrong beneath the surface. That is envy. Not a fire, but a distortion. Not a storm, but a poisoned depth. If you are to find peace in the afternoon of your life, you must stop drinking from this well. 2. The Valley of Unlived Lives. When you feel resentment toward another's success, understand this first. It is rarely about them. It is about the roads you didn't take, the invitations you ignored, the risks you postponed for a better time that never arrived. Every man carries a valley within him, a wide, echoing space filled with the lives he could have lived, careers abandoned before they began, passions starved by responsibility, ambitions deferred until they dried up like riverbeds. Your neighbor's success stirs that valley. It wakes up the ghosts you buried there. You don't envy what he has. You envy what you lost. His promotion reminds you of the career detour you never corrected. His happy marriage reminds you of the one you didn't protect. His financial stability recalls moments when you chose safety instead of growth, silence instead of courage. But here is the Arcadian reframe: gentle, ancient, liberating. Those unlived lives are not punishments. They are teachers. Nature wastes nothing, not even your detours. The years you call lost were seasons. They hardened you, softened you, carved channels into your character. They prepared you for a different harvest, one you may not yet have recognized. Picture a valley at dawn, mist drifting, paths splitting in the distance. You walk slowly, not as a young man racing toward a single glorious future, but as an older man who understands that life is not linear. It is a series of fields. You leave some uncultivated. You return to others years later. When your neighbor succeeds, don't look at what he has. Ask what your ghosts are trying to tell you. Ask what part of you is still alive, still waiting, still possible. In the afternoon of life, new paths rarely announce themselves. They whisper. If you listen closely, envy transforms, not into desire, but into direction. 3. The harvest you refuse to gather. There is another reason you resent the success of those around you. It reminds you of your own neglected harvests. Every man can point to seasons when he did the work halfway, when he watered the field but abandoned it before the bloom, the skill you stopped practicing, the business you never scaled, the relationship you didn't protect, the discipline you let rot from within. Your neighbor's achievement shines a harsh light on the fields you left unattended. But nature, again, offers a clarity modern life refuses to teach. You cannot reap from a field you never tended, and yet you expect to. You blame time, you blame luck, you blame family, society, circumstances, fate, anything to avoid the quiet truth. Peace arrives when you acknowledge the barrenness was not betrayal, it was consequence. Your resentment fades the moment you accept responsibility for the harvest you forfeited. Picture golden wheat bending in the late summer breeze, beautiful, full, shimmering, but untouched, unharvested. A season's worth of work left to die on the stalk. That is what your neighbor's success reveals, the painful beauty of a life you didn't gather. But this is not a tragedy unless you insist on making it one. At 50, at 60, even at 70, nature still allows second harvests. They are smaller, slower, more deliberate, but they are real. The afternoon of life is not barren, it is selective. You cannot plant everything, but you can plant what matters. Stop obsessing over another man's fruit. Kneel down, test your soil. Begin again, not recklessly, but reverently. Your neighbor is not your rival. He is simply a man who tended his field. Tend yours. 4. The stillness that frees you from rivalry. There is a silence that comes only in the later years of life, an inner quiet that arrives when you stop performing, stop competing, stop wanting your story to look like another man's. The Stoics called this the inner citadel, a place within you untouched by comparison. When you step into this stillness, something extraordinary happens. Your neighbor's success becomes neutral, then irrelevant, then beautiful. It is no longer a verdict on your worth, but a reminder of life's abundance. No man's rise diminishes your horizon. No accomplishment steals light from your sky. Imagine a mountain lake at dusk. The surface is perfectly still. The world around it, trees, cliffs, sky, reflects with impossible clarity. The lake does not distort what it sees. It does not covet. It simply mirrors. This is the serenity that ends envy, a life that reflects rather than reacts. Modern life keeps you in motion, scrolling, racing, comparing, chasing phantoms of achievement. But the afternoon of life calls for something different. Rootedness, presence, a willingness to sit with yourself long enough to remember that your neighbor is not living your story and you are not meant to live his. Stillness is the cure for rivalry because it returns you to yourself. When you cultivate this stillness, comparison evaporates. You begin to understand that the world is full of seasons, and each man's season arrives in its own hour. The oak does not envy the pine. The river does not resent the rain. You are not late. You are simply in a different season. And once you accept that, success loses its sharp edges. It becomes a landscape, not a contest. In the quiet glow of a half-life, you realize something essential. The only man worth conquering is the one you were yesterday. Your neighbor's success is not a threat. It is a lantern illuminating the rooms you have yet to enter, the work you have yet to begin. Walk toward those rooms with dignity, not to chase someone else's path, but to finish your own before the ridge swallows the last light. This is the wisdom of Arcadia, not rivalry, not resentment, but the simple, solemn courage to live the remainder of your life fully, while there is still light enough to see.